Hello and welcome.
We return to a strange and somewhat tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we? It's been a while.
We're still at the River of Souls, and I can't promise we'll get through it at the end of the day today.
That's fine. We'll put an hour in and see how far we get.
Yeah, so putting in a permanent save is probably a good idea.
Probably.
That was a noise.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I recall, last time there were spiders.
As I recall, yes. It's been a while.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's not what I want to do.
There's the map.
Ah, boy. Okay. All right.
So how was this as a game for coming back to after leaving it for a bit?
I mean... Well, I'm glad we didn't stop, like, mid-map. Oh, there are the spiders. Okay, so we can't go either up here or up there.
Okay.
Hope you all like the new paint job. Okay.
That looks like the place we haven't been yet.
Yep.
As usual with this kind of game, if you see enemies, you're going the right way. Oh, that's cruel.
I'm curious. Okay, that just kind of pissed him off. Okay. You know what? Welcome to the 90s.
Yep.
Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Thank you.
Ah, you got your arrow back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I know it's very specific to the area, or to the era, but I love these water effects.
Yeah. Well, they look particularly, like, comic booky. You know, and that's what I like about, you know, the look of consoles versus the look of PCs. You know, people get snippy about, oh, the textures. I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, PC games just weren't alive. At least in 3D. I mean, Commander Keen, you know, looks basically alright. And
yeah. Well, that's because they're relying on sprite art, and...
hand-drawn art is just an older animation thing. And that's never going to change.
And honestly, 2D hand-drawn animation is... Usually, I find has more personality, though you can get some absolutely gorgeous things out of 3D, obviously.
Yeah. Shoot that.
So correct me if I'm wrong, haven't we found all of the secrets?
Yep, we found all the secrets. Shame about the objectives.
Okay.
Still up to that.
Backhanding them.
Yep. Backhanding with, yeah, razors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but the blood gets on the, on the Cheetos here.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, whether or not that's intentional.
Yeah.
Though it becomes a little weird. There are two cheats from the original game, I'm pretty sure they're here too, that put people's faces on the power-ups, and one is the face of a baby.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I don't know, and I know the whole blood thing on the collectible nacho things wasn't in the original game, so it wasn't quite weird, but we somehow made it weirder.
Yeah, that is very strange.
Yeah. Okay, so looks like we put the ladder for both of these. Why? I don't know. Okay. But we know what's down there. And here's the annoying part about this map in particular. Without teleport, we can't access the northwest part.
Okay.
And so this is basically hovering over this map while you're trying to figure out where the hell you're going. And that's one of the things I utterly hate about this place.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we're just gonna go down.
Oh, spiders.
Yeah, come to think of it, I think Ion Fury of like that trilogy of FPSs I did is the only one where it has fall damage.
Yeah, I think a lot of times with this kind of thing.
Well, the Quake games had fall damage, but Dusk didn't. feel like I'm close to an objective. Possibly.
The music seems to be saying you are.
Well, I mean, the music.
True.
Yeah, the music's the music.
Also, the glowy thing seems to be saying you are.
Yeah, I feel like that's just kind of become the objective symbol, the flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely near something.
Got a flashlight and a shotgun. Something's up.
Yeah, this is the worst flashlight. This is just a lantern. So you're gonna let me through at some point tonight? Oh, there.
This looks quite zombie-like. Especially with that bit. It feels like it's doing this specifically to recreate horror scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, FES makers of the 90s were not far from pop culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially Duke Nukem. The point, to be honest, Duke Nukem was a little obnoxious.
A little, yes.
I know a lot of people have nostalgia for it. I don't want to be overly mean about it, but it was not a favorite.
I was gonna say for myself, I just grew up on the platformer versions of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the dark, and just seeing through the flashlight, the blood spatter, and the shambling enemies, this is pretty effective.
Yeah.
I at least am impressed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Oh, what are you? That worked.
Perfect. Oh wow, we still have a lot more to do than us.
Oh, yeah. Well, they kind of backload all the objectives to like the later part of the level.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are in the Triceratops part.
Yeah.
And just the game doesn't really spread out its objectives and things to do all that evenly, which is probably the biggest criticism I have for it. So, see, look again. Like the other part of the map doesn't need to be here.
Yeah.
And this was during a time where you really wanted to keep what's on your map small. Yeah, there's less stuff to do. Admittedly, I probably didn't need the hint system for that.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's still much rather than not.
Yeah, since we want to streamline this a bit.
Yeah.
Just gonna let them go in the water, or no?
By the way, bullets don't actually work that way, kids.
I was gonna say, would the water actually slow down the bullet somewhat?
Oh yeah, it would basically taking the whole impact. Like,
I remember Mythbusters doing an episode on this, but I don't recall their conclusions.
well, basically it was a shoot fish in the barrel, and they discovered that bullets will just diffuse, or water will diffuse bullets. And the only way they could really do it is take a Gatling gun and just blast the barrel to hell, basically dismissing the whole water part of the fish in the barrel. So basically, you can't really shoot a fish in a barrel, at least full of water.
Yeah. I was going to say, wouldn't the shock of the bullets actually just kind of transfer through the water, though?
Probably. Like, if you throw a grenade in the water, whatever's living in it will probably die from the shock. And from what I understand, I never tested this myself. From what I understand, bullets will, kill, just from the shock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say, fish can be shockingly fragile creatures.
Yeah.
Shockingly resilient too. I'm amazed sometimes that they live in pet store conditions.
Yeah,
but...
they are selectively resilient and selectively fragile.
Mm-hmm.
As the first trout I ever caught.
I would rather not go into that story now.
Yeah. Well, all I did was catch and try to put it in the water. It was a goner.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. Look at that pose.
Yeah.
That always looked especially dramatic. I think this is probably the most labyrinthine part of the whole level, so let's brace ourselves a bit.
Fair enough. Oh, it's pretty though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this also reveals a lot of this game and the last game's platformer origins.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first Turok game was supposed to be a 2D platformer, then they saw Tomb Raider.
That said, 3D's popular.
Pretty much.
At the same time, I'm just admiring the archways.
Yeah. Ooh, yes!
Wow.
Saving that. Now, some would say it reveals the console origins, with extra lives and stuff like that, but GoldenEye didn't have that. Mm-hmm. Didn't have stuff like that. It was mission by mission, and you didn't even necessarily carry the same weapons you had from the previous ones, even if it's just another part of the same storyline mission.
Actually, just because this reminds me of it, would you ever want to play Trespasser? The Jurassic Park game that has, what was it, Mila Kunis?
No, Driver.
Minnie Driver.
Minnie
yes.
Driver.
Playing the lead character voice actress.
To be honest, no. I think that's more for people who have played as a kid, and I never played it at all, so...
That is fair. I've seen Let's Plays that make it look really pretty.
But
if utterly broken.
Yeah, and the thing is, it would take a lot of patches and mods to just get it to work right.
Yeah, and it's one that hasn't exactly had a lot of post-release support, has it?
No. It was a disaster, and they basically abandoned it immediately. Mm-hmm. And it was fun watching it, like specifically Sorcerer Dave's Let's Play of it during 2020, I think. But that's kind of someone else's. That's someone else's baby.
That is fair. It feels like a game with a lot of wasted potential.
Yeah, well, you tried to be advanced in like so many ways at once and that they just never focused on anything. Because they're trying to. They had kind of no reference point for anything. And a lot of games, admittedly, take ideas that other people have screwed up, or they just had like one idea from one game. So it's like, all right, we'll take that, to make a coherent, world.
I have a soft spot for this particular type of set piece here.
Yeah, the kind of jungle / Master of the Universe kind of architecture.
Well, in this particular bit where you're going through some remarkably short ledges that you can walk underneath.
Yeah.
That to me is very childhood nostalgia, just because it feels a lot like going through, say, a table and chairs on your hands and knees as a little kid.
I see that. And, well, it makes sense. I mean, I wasn't fully grown by this point. I was 10 going into 11. Where is this guy? Oh, there it is. Well, I love pulling off just like the... Look it up. Alright, so let's see what's up here. Bullets.
I wrote that as Maggo for some reason.
That's fair. You know, all of the various fonts to make this look military/futuristic.
Headphone, sniper capability enabled.
Still see it. Yeah, I kind of like that touch with the
bouncy arrow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first game I ever played where you could do that. Though, yeah, it has its ups and downs of whether or not it'll work, but...
But yeah, as serious as a lot of games take themselves, I really do see them as an extension of childhood storytelling.
Yeah.
Even well into adulthood when telling more adult stories.
I don't think that would work.
Do you just try to trank?
Yep. We might get a bit messy and lost, so let's pace ourselves a bit.
Alright.
Now that I understand, like, Daggerfall's maps a bit more, they're a bit easier to navigate. I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah. I'll admit, as a little kid, I never really got the hang of Daggerfall's maps.
Well, you kind of couldn't, because you can only zoom out so far.
Oh yeah, and then your whole map would disappear, and it really wasn't helpful. I found those incredibly intimidating as a little kid.
Yeah, well, I found an absolute pain in the ass as an adult, truth be told. Let's see, that's poisons. We need a talisman for that.
Okay.
Actually, what do I have? Okay, so... Alright, so we still need to get the feather for this one. Which I'm pretty sure we could do without any other items. Where are we? Okay.
And just for frame of reference, when I say when I was a little kid, I mean kindergarten, first grade.
Oh yeah.
The perks of having older siblings.
What is this one? Okay. That was like everyone's least favorite enemy in the first game.
Gotcha. Actually, one thing that strikes me as amusing right now is that our nephew has declared himself to be a dinosaur hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 years old. That's the time for it. Though here I am at nearly 34.
Well, some things never truly die.
Nope. Like dinosaurs.
Well, they're kind of still around, insofar as birds are.
Yeah, we had a conversation before of, like, what exactly is extinct. Like, the megafauna is, and, like, stuff like Homo erectus, what we're evolved from. Did they die out, or are we just that?
I was going to say, a lot of it comes down to the fact that we're defining species by morphology in the fossil record.
Yeah.
Since it's unhelpful to define species as, say, two creatures that can interbreed and produce viable offspring. when we don't know if Homo erectus could interbreed with Homo sapiens and that offspring, because they didn't really exist at the same time.
Yeah.
And we don't really have all that much in the way of DNA analysis because you're not really looking at the bones for the most part. You're looking at the fossils in the bones, which is the stone that's replaced it.
Yeah, and the same with present day birds. I guess you could argue that velociraptors are still here.
Yeah.
And because they just became slowly became birds.
And you can't look at a flock of turkeys go by and tell me that. Excellent.
That's a true Evil Dead moment. Evil floating witch thing, explosive shotgun.
Yep.
So congratulations, humankind. We still have dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
In a way.
Actually, one friend of mine has been doing her grad work on the preservation of dinosaurs in the first place and how we can possibly get preservation of their skin and scale textures, which goes into the idea of saponification.
Define that.
Basically, in a low to no oxygen environment, instead of rotting, animal fat will sometimes turn into soap. You can look up the Philadelphia soap lady sometime if you want a good modern example of that. But yeah, her grad work has been on showing that happens. Terrible. Both with birds and with reptiles. Making it a viable way for dinosaur skin and muscle and fat textures to have been preserved.
Yeah. Where am I?
I don't know. There's a map on top of the map here.
Like, I keep both sides of the door even.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. Now, I gotta give more weapons grief before I use them, because I gave this shotgun grief, and now it's one of the more effective weapons. So, screw this tranquilizer, which will probably save my ass. Maybe.
I was gonna say, getting a full health there suggests that there's something coming up.
Well, not really, since we've been here.
Fair enough. True.
Actually. Dear God. Okay,
Nice.
Oh, that was kind of pointless. Okay. Alright, so we're
Still
gonna
a
go
nice
back.
landing.
Mm-hmm. We'll go here, and then we're gonna go here, and... God help me. Okay. Okay, we did get an objective. This wasn't a complete waste of time. You count your blessings. And moments like those. Alright, so we got two of them.
One more Solgi and one more Sister of Despair. And that sounds like an explosion of some sort.
Nope, invisibility. Yeah, if you hear one without you, like, actually engaging an enemy, it's probably invisibility.
Okay.
Since the self-destruction seems to happen when it would have absolutely zero effect on the outcome of the fight. Yeah, be careful with the shrapnel. Which is still a nice touch.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
But yeah, the friend in question, we actually went to the Mooner Museum for her Sweet 16.
yeah.
And for those who aren't familiar with it, the Mooner Museum is in Philadelphia. And it's kind of a combination of a serious medical museum and sideshow attraction. It has a lot of 19th century nonsense like a wall of skulls that we used for phrenology research.
Phrenology.
Yep. Very scientifically going about the process of generating complete nonsense.
Yeah. So I could jump across, but I won't.
Okay.
I think that'll just confuse matters.
Fair enough.
And, Well, there's one specific Daggerfall map I read. It has like 5 elevators, all like cloistered together in like one area.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
And because a few elements of it are randomized, I always kind of dread that one.
For those who are not familiar, Daggerfall is made up of modular map pieces.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're mini dungeons, and they're randomly strung together with other dungeons to make one massive dungeon. And yeah,
And they can get quite thoroughly confusing if you're just, say, trying to follow the left-hand wall or something.
Yeah.
Because you'll go through a whole mess of mini dungeons that have no bearing on each other, and certainly have no bearing on whatever the name of the dungeon is.
Yeah, and before I had a bearing of how precisely they work, there was a couple times I opened the door and I'm like, oh, now where the hell am I?
Yeah.
And I thought like it was like block per block randomized, so it becomes like a new kind of horror sometimes whenever you come across one of those maps.
Yeah. Still love the look of this place, though.
Okay, I think that's an objective. Maybe.
Okay, let's find out.
Anyway. It isn't. Okay, so, we'll, I guess, mentally mark that off of our head.
I was gonna say, was that the final objective there?
No. Okay. First of all, you can't get to the final objective until you complete the other ones.
Okay.
You'll be sent back to the beginning.
Gotcha.
With all the objective stuff already done, so, you know, yay, more confusion. That way. Or maybe... that way.
I trust you.
There's a reason why I have the theme of this area memorized. Beyond the fact that this is a very fun thing.
Yeah. There's someone we haven't killed yet, so we're on the right track.
Well, actually, we've been here.
Oh.
It's just we went in and out of the portal.
Gotcha. Well then.
Yeah. I both love and hate this level.
Theming-wise, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Go ahead, activate your device. You'll just leave an invisible corpse.
That's a good line. We gotta save that for something.
Okay.
You're invisible, so no one can find you. Yep. Okay. Yeah. If anyone watched the previous Let's Play, that was the hidden pool I was thinking of.
You know, I can see that driving you absolutely up a wall, trying to find it.
Yeah.
There we are. Oh, exclamation point! How I have missed it.
Yep. Okay, we could go down there, but there's, well, basically it'll get us to a platform with you know, those collectibles that we're already maxed out on, and teleport us back here, and we'll meet another jerk. So let's just move on.
Let's not do that thing.
Yep. Okay. I'm pretty sure, knock on wood, I've cleared this place out.
Okay.
Here's hoping. Please God. And oh yeah, this version of the game you can really like dolphin dive your way out of the water.
Which is neat to see.
Yep. Okay, so we want to go up there.
Okay.
Excellent. The way forward.
Wonderswell.
Yeah, now that I know the Daggerfall maps, they're less confusing.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I never figured them out as a kid, but they make a lot more sense now as an adult.
Well, I did watch a video on the subject, just kind of breaking down how they're arranged and everything. Okay, alright, well, I know we need a power-up for that. Yeah, a shotgun's not a bad go-to for ability either. Here's a home defense advice by... Well, to be fair, I do know my way around shotguns.
That's a feather.
Yep. Haha.
And that was dramatic.
Yep, and I might be able to get my arrow back.
Cool.
I love that. Video games haven't turned me into a monster. Why do you ask? Okay, I think that's to one objective.
It's hard to tell sometimes if that's supposed to be birdsong or something shooting.
Yes.
Perfect.
Explosive barrels are basically chaotic neutrals that you want to gun down as soon as possible.
Gotcha. No real virtual legal in there, is there?
Yep. Oh.
So, virtually those.
Okay, so yeah, power for that.
Okay. Are we coming back here then?
Yep. Okay. Always drives me a little nuts how easy it is to find all the secrets in this level.
Yeah, we found all of them last episode.
Yeah. Okay, so right, that's the primary key. We can't quite get that yet. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure the talisman for that is in the Death March, which is coming up next.
Okay.
Huh. And Death March, I would definitely argue, is one of the better design levels. Less of a mess.
Alright.
And definitely tonally in line with just Turok in general.
So what do you remember most fondly of this game from when you were younger?
You know, the music, the atmosphere, the guns. There's
Okay then.
Okay, so can I activate this? Oh, alright. Never mind. Okay. Alright, that's another teleport area.
Okay.
No, the original game, that was just a save spot and to renew all your ammo and health.
Okay.
But yeah, honestly, a lot of the good things I have been saying about this game definitely apply here. I love the the very 90s sound effects of just activating the weapons.
Yeah.
Because we were very excited about future tech in the 90s. And especially as a kid, just like all the insane wizardry.
Does it feel like we were more interested in predicting the future in the past?
Yeah. Now things are a bit more pessimistic, but I guess that kind of comes in cycles. You know, we'll resolve whatever's going on. Hopefully.
Yeah, it does seem to go in kind of boom and bust cycles, doesn't it?
Yeah. Where am I? Okay.
We're lost.
Good job.
Well done.
Bit of a rough go.
I know it is too early to introduce him, but I am looking forward to seeing our nephew's response to video games eventually.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You know, my oldest brother doesn't play games all that often, so yeah, I never want to just push it on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't give fancy gifts to a kid without the parents' permission.
Yeah. Actually, what's this one? Actually, this might be. Yeah, hang on, guys. Oh, guess we have to open that. Sure.
Alright.
All right. Well, I'm still, kind of unsure about violence at this point.
Which, fair enough.
Yeah, at the time, Doom was being blamed for who knows,
Everything.
pretty much.
Yeah, at that point, it was video games were responsible for all society's ills.
Yeah, and think of the children, all that fun BS.
Yeah. Well, I think it was at a point where they hadn't realized that the target audience had grown up.
Yeah, and adults have been playing games, and they probably didn't, really intend for stuff like Doom to really be a big, kid thing.
Yeah. There are games even at the time that were just not for children.
Yeah, Space Quest.
Yes.
As campy as they were, they get just a little bit excessive. I've been more disturbed by images in that game than anything.
Yeah. Like I said, spread art. Some of the best sequences in the Water Bow mystery games were utterly horrifying.
Yeah.
All gates
Thank you.
So we just need to find the last as good as that.
Yeah. And I think I know where that is.
Alright.
Why am I conservative?
I was gonna say this looks like it's gonna infinitely refill, so
Yep. Oh, thank God.
you needed that.
That was a bit of a rough go.
That seems like a thing to save.
Yep. Pretty much.
Also, look at that pretty tiled ceiling.
Yeah.
I just love details like that.
I'll definitely say this is definitely a different tone from like just outside.
Yeah.
And I guess zombies, River of Souls. I guess that kind of makes sense. But I kind of feel, especially the briefing of this level, it feels like we were given like this whole history of how they wanted to settle, and but now they'll be able to, you actually use the River of Souls as a proper river.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, by the way, there's zombies here.
Yeah.
Like, I might, rewatch the briefing just to illustrate that. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Thank you. Thanks for holding that.
But just those arches and domes, and just, I like arches and domes.
Yeah. Like 98. Let's see. We had we had plenty of influential games, especially Half-Life came out this year.
Graveyard location.
Graveyard location. You don't say. And that's everyone was kind of succeeding in a very separate place a lot of times. Like Half-Life, I'll give that it succeeded in presenting a background storytelling and that doesn't really interrupt the player in any meaningful way.
Actually, one thing I want to say, these kinds of graveyard levels specifically remind me of Catacombs Abyss.
Yeah, I can see that.
Which I had on shareware as a kid. Where you put it up and get the response of, oh, wonderful, another novice that feeds my pets. But the opening level is just wandering through a graveyard. One that is hypothetically not linked to Nemesis, but the dead are rising and making trouble.
Yeah.
But all the location names in that are things like the Garden of Tears.
Yeah.
And that was just always a little nostalgic for me. Even if it thoroughly scared me to have a hand reach out on the ground and grab you while you're around.
Yeah.
And this was pre-Doom, but the same team figuring out 3D.
Yeah. Like Half-Life 98 definitely got the whole storytelling thing down. Well, this is still using cutscenes to kind of present the scene. And funnily enough, Quake 1 or Half-Life 1 used the Quake 1 engine, and Quake 2 I think came out in '97.
Okay.
So they weren't even like using the most advanced base engine at the time. But they added a lot to it. Like they let's see, skeletal animation, contributor to soft skin animation, which basically like this whole thing is one whole model rather than
a whole bunch of separate polygons.
Right. And I think the Quake 2, 1 year later, and these things age pretty fast, was impressive for the time for its textures and lighting effects and all that. So we kind of have the trinity of like advancement in like 3 different areas. Like this place for animation, Half-Life for just presenting what you have. And then the technical field of just the base of what you had to work with.
Yeah. Because Quake was mostly perfecting engine and tech development.
Yeah, Quake 2 specifically.
Yeah.
It was very much John Carmack without John Romero. It just Yeah, I could do that. Let me show you what I can do.
Yeah, because Carmack was primarily the technical chops.
Yeah, and he, from what I understand, he wasn't the most empathetic human being on Earth. Like, he told, I think, what's his face? Oh yeah, Tom Hall, who wrote a lot of the backstory for Doom, and he said to him the whole story is like the plot of a porn movie. Which is a hell of a thing to tell the guy writing all the backstory of the game you're helping to produce.
Yes. Well, not to stereotype, but computer developers aren't always the best with people.
Yeah.
Not to stereotype.
Yeah, and well, let's not go down the Pacific Rim. That's just the kind of person John Carmack was.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, yeah, we do the switches.
Actually, one thing I was surprised to learn, a friend of ours is connected with the Doki Doki Literature Club team.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad for it. I've had another friend of mine, I forget which studio it was. I think it was the same guys who worked on the Darksiders trilogy.
Cool.
Aiden. How you doing, Aiden, if you're ever watching this for whatever reason? The front said he basically has his dream job now.
Nice.
And, you know, good on him. There's someone I can pester for all my game ideas, I guess.
Speaking for myself, I know a lot of these are games that I probably am not going to play. For example, I'm not really into psychological horror, so...
Yeah.
Isn't really my thing.
Yeah, maybe it's incredible, but I like this kind of psychological horror that I can shoot. Alright. I'd like a good messy combat system. That's kind of what I think Doom Eternal kind of lost. To be fair, both of the new games. Like, Ion Fury has bodies that you can blow up after the fact. And that sounds small, but it does sell the chaos when you dodge a grenade.
And behind you, the corpses turn to powder.
Yeah.
Oops.
Go on, quit.
8 lives remaining.
Oh, nuts. Alright, I guess we're doing this again.
Okay. That's alright. Like I said, I have a bit of nostalgia for graveyard levels like this, so...
Deer pellets, go for the head.
This might sound odd, but when I'm gaming to relax, I'll actually usually go for a graphically minimal roguelike.
Yeah.
And I think that's purely nostalgia for me.
Well, people describe it, as Zen feeling with, roguelite, of just like, what you have isn't gonna last, so you just kind of, you just go. You're not thinking of the long term so much.
Well, I think part of it is the same sort of thing that makes me susceptible to things like mystery boxes in real life. Ooh, what will we get out of the bag this time? Who knows what cool thing we'll find.
Yeah, well, it's a shame when, big online games, do that
For loot boxes and all that.
Yeah.
And I'll admit that is a thing in my own psychology that keeps me away from games that do use loot boxes, because I know I'm prone to that.
Yeah, I guess I know what I want in a game, and I won't fall prey to it.
Yeah.
Often, like there is plenty of that stuff in, say, Elder Scrolls Online, but I kind of have what I want from, what the game, with a subscription I will provide. Like, I don't need to constantly pay for, like, randomized costume stuff when I can take a regular costume and just recolor it and be satisfied. Yeah, there's something to be said about just consistency in look.
Yes, that is fair.
It's like I like the as a result, like in Guild Wars 2, like and I do like Guild Wars 2, but the look of everyone, while individualized, is kind of stylistically all over the place.
Yes. But yeah, for graphically minimal roguelikes, I think that actually goes back to me playing Mines of Moria as a kid.
Yeah.
Which eventually gave way to Angband, which gave way to Un-Angband. And in one form or another, it's actually still getting updates today.
Well, it's always hard to predict like what game is going to have staying power. A lot of it does have to do with like modability.
Yes.
Like modability and multiplayer. Those are kind of like the two things that keep a lot of games alive. Skyrim in particular. I mean, and sometimes you don't need that. Like like Nintendo tends to be pretty brutal toward people who make fan work stuff, which is a little limiting. But to be fair, the stuff they make, people will replay over and over again, just for the experience.
Yes.
And but besides that, like like Turok 2, I love the game, but it did kind of come and go. Kind of had a rough sequel, then a really rough sequel, then an outright bad sequel, and it kind of left the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah.
But this remaster definitely proves that I'm not the only one wishing it was back.
Yeah. And just because I was curious, I looked it up. The latest update to Angband was in June of 2020.
Okay, alright. So it's... that's still within...
It's been just over a year since the last update on that. And when you consider how long this game has been around, the initial release date was 92.
Yeah. So good on you, 28 years of development.
And honestly, I quite admire any community that'll keep a game from 92 still living.
Yeah. Like the modding scene for the original Doom happened by accident.
Yes.
I think they only officially released it after Doom 2.
Yeah.
All the source stuff.
Let's see. Do you want to save, by the way?
Yeah.
Just so that if we land in the water again.
Save and, oh, yeah, you guys. I feel like someone in development, because it's a zombie level, of course you need shotgun shells.
Yes. And well, there's no shortage.
So Skyrim has had a remarkable, longevity, because of all the modding, and frankly, so is the rest of the Elder Scrolls series,
Yes.
with the main exception being Arena. Because, well, to be fair, it's not Arena isn't really what Elder Scrolls will become later.
Yes. And I would really love to see a Unity port of Arena at some point.
Yeah. Apparently they are working on it. Oh, someone is.
Yeah.
Who they are, because anyone's guessing.
The folks on the internet.
Yeah. Someone with a mouse and keyboard.
But yes, the good folks on the internet are working on a Unity port of Arena. But yeah, Arena, tonally, it's more of a fairy tale.
Yeah,
it's not really what the Elder Scrolls would eventually become.
Yeah, tonally, I'll argue that Daggerfall kind of takes the opposite direction of just like a lot of cynicism.
Yes.
Especially for royalty. Which, I mean, it was kind of called for during last year, but we're not going to get on that.
We've got fanfiction for that.
Yeah, we have fanfiction for that. Since the Court of Wayrest is kind of full of jerks. Yes, I did have a stronger word in mind. Why why you ask.
But yeah, look at this decorative fence here, though.
Yeah. Well,
And the friezes on the walls.
from what I understand, every level has its own wall textures. Like, that was so much the case with the first one. Like, a lot of it took place in the jungle, and they were like, why reinvent the wheel, really? But this, it has this, which is, like Port of Adia, where it's, an ancient city with and a bit of a Master of the Universe vibe. But still not quite the same. Like, this is in the middle of the jungle versus, the port of the whole.
Also, looking at the wall textures for this room in particular, this is clearly a crypt.
Yeah.
That's why it has the flowered skeletons.
Yeah. Alright, that's one thing I want to check those. Okay, so 1 of 3 done. The next we have to find out how to get a feather. And then,
Protect the totem, Turok.
well, we also have, I think, one more portal. Let's see. Mission status. Oh, okay, so we just have to find the feather.
Okay. We saw the feather.
Yeah, we saw it. We just have to find out how to get to it. Jerks.
Did you just trip over that?
No. There was another random zombie throwing stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so that's up there, I think. Okay, so... there are enemies around.
That actually reminds me of one thing I saw online. Basically, there was one guy who couldn't figure out why his cat kept batting at the edge of his screen. And it was for some multiplayer game where you had cloaking devices. And what he realized was the cat could see the cloaked enemies before he could.
Oh.
So as soon as the cat batted at the screen, he would immediately shoot there, and he got accused of using a bot or hacking. Because he was just getting way too accurate with that.
That's some keen eyesight. Okay, so I got the eagle feather. I think there's like another one. Yeah. I think there's one more thing we can do up here.
Okay. Well, cats are pretty much built to spot small motions.
Yeah. Probably the shotgun out. Okay.
Because they're primarily predators for stealth prey animals.
Yeah. Ah, here we go. I think this is the first talisman we're getting.
Yes, the first we've seen this scene.
Yeah.
The spirits accept your offering. I grant you a leap of faith, talisman. With this talisman, you may leap great distances simply by standing on the talisman bands.
Huzzah!
Hi. I think we have to either drain the water or something. Or maybe we just swim. Let's try to swim. Oh, alright. We don't have to do that. Never mind that. So I say we take out the next objective, and then we get the Primogen key from Port of Adia.
Okay.
Which shouldn't take too long, assuming I know where I'm going.
That sounds like fun to me. And honestly, that'll probably be about it for an episode.
Yep. Alright, where are my explosive shells? Ah.
There we are.
because that does do damage. I think we just do a little bit more time. There. Ah, good. Alright, so we are going to
Save.
yep, save. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have a project key yet. Let's see. Let's just check one thing. Okay, so we have all of these these keys. Which will take okay, so that's literally the blind ones. We can save that for another month. And okay, so we're gonna use this.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
I don't know why, but her eyes remind me of a moth.
Yeah, similar coloration. No whites of the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think.
The village. Hi-ho, to the village we go.
Let's see. Is this a? I don't think so.
Should be able to still find our way from part 1 to part 2, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, over there. Okay.
Ah, I see an exclamation point.
Any more additional jerks? Doesn't look like it.
So which games do you go to when you just need some good nostalgic relaxing fun?
Nostalgic, relaxing fun? Honestly, sometimes this game.
There.
Well, I guess.
Strategy key found.
Not so much that we're doing it as a let's play, just
Just in general, it's just kick back.
Well, I don't know about nostalgic fun. Elder Scrolls Online, I've been playing a lot of.
Yeah.
I hesitate to call Daggerfall nostalgic,
I mean, it is for me, but less so for you.
but let's see. I was thinking of picking up the Ninja Gaiden collection
Okay.
because on the PS3, yeah, that's a version that I played the hell out of. Yeah, during college. Yeah, might as well.
Health granted.
Okay, get back to the hub. But yeah, one this kind of made me laugh, but but there's a problem with the Ninja Gaiden collection.
Oh.
Well, some of you listening, some of you high maintenance people out there will be disheartened to hear that it can't go to 120 FPS. It will go to 60 FPS.
I thought 60 was the standard.
Yeah. I don't know what people specifically get from 120 FPS, but apparently it causes concern.
I see.
That was one of the most high maintenance headlines I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, so where are we going to be bound for next?
Okay, so that tangent aside. Okay, so I believe this is it. Yeah, because of RPG instincts, I thought I had to go and like sell stuff.
Not quite.
Yeah. Well, there's the light ship. There's the hive.
Mm-hmm.
Over there is the lair of
ones.
head scratching maps, and here is the Death Marshes, our next destination.
All right.
So you put a hard save here.
Game saved.
And I guess we can call it a day for now.
All right. I think that'll be a good thing for us to explore next time. Until then, my name is Eva.
And this is Frank. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good night.